This is the Hardball Gets AFL show. My name is Nick Rinn, joined by Xavier Ellis and Ryan Daniels for the Mailbag. How are we going, gents?
We're going really well, and there's a bit to unpack here.
Well,
let me do the credit first. I'll read it.
Do the credit first.
This
Opening
episode
credit
is brought to you by, it says, Woodside Intro Credit. This episode is brought to you by Woodside Energy, a proud major sponsor of the Fremantle Football Club. They'll be very proud this week, supporting local footy from grassroots to greatness. There you go. Now we've got some
we don't have
reviews.
the So It Can Thrive? That's something that...
No, it just says...
Oh, okay.
It says
Yeah, that's
great.
an extra
I'm
for
reading
that
what's on the page.
Sorry.
Okay.
I reckon Riddy's on a different planet today.
Oh, he was yesterday too. Whatever
Yeah,
he did
yeah,
yesterday,
yesterday as
he's
well.
done again.
So
I
we got a couple
went
of
for a
reviews.
run on Saturday morning. I ran and I was thirsty. I could just see a little Gatorade bottle sitting. I was like, oh, geez, I'm thirsty. And it was a bong in the middle
A
of
bit of
Woodlands.
hose?
It was a bit of like a gold metal thing.
Oh,
it was
Jesus.
like, yeah.
What were you doing running past Nick's house?
Well, that's what I was wondering. What were you doing around my streets?
So we did a call out for some more reviews on Apple Pods. We got a couple of good ones, and I think Zave's pledged to hand out one of his 4,322
Well, I picked up a couple
vouchers.
more on the weekend, which was nice.
Yes.
So, great pod by Ryan G. 5 stars. As a mad Eagle supporter living in Queensland, this is one of my weekly go-to pods. Love the banter and the content. Even though it's WA based, I feel you guys cover every subject really well. Love the pod and look forward to it every week.
Very good.
Best footy pod going around from Chucky. This show will get you more hooked than Nick's herb habit. A couple of Jamaican flags.
Good.
And quality footy chat by Tim 12. Great footy podcast with strong banter between a bloke you'd have a beer with, a bloke you'd have a smoke with, and a bloke you wouldn't go to Potato Head with.
Why wouldn't you go Potato Head?
Just
he
remember
shit
you
his
spent
pants
a
at
rumour
Potato
that I
Head.
shat in those pants at Potato
Oh,
Head,
that's right. I'm shitty pants.
which never happened.
Spread a
That
rumour.
did
Just to
happen.
clarify,
Spread a rumour, he
Just to
reckons.
clarify, I never shat myself.
I
at
feel
Potato
as
Head.
though it happened.
It didn't happen. It
So
did
that,
not
if that
happen.
was you, hit up Zave on Instagram. He'll sort you out.
No, it's not for 1 week. It's by the end of the year.
Oh, by the end of the
yeah.
okay, so we name our favourites.
Cheapskate, you've got 1,000 cartons.
No, a couple of cartons. And, mate, I'm not giving out 2 cartons a week. I'm losing more than I'm bringing in.
Oh, shit, you are not losing
So
more
it's
than you're
just
bringing
the
in.
2 best reviews of the year.
2 best
Well,
reviews
over the
of the
next
finals.
So cheap.
Next couple of weeks.
Okay, all right, next couple of weeks we'll do it. Well, let's
How
do
can
the-
Ryan Daniels say I'm so cheap?
This is the pyramid scheme.
Yeah, I know.
This is what it is.
Because it's genuinely a pyramid.
Yeah.
You blokes don't put anything up.
Because we're not scamming.
swimming in cartons.
We're not scamming the listeners for cartons every week.
Come on, let's go.
Okay,
I've
we
got
ready?
things I actually need to do
Are we
today.
ready for Q&A?
Yeah, let's do it.
Jacob, suck shit Luke Beveridge. That's it. That's all he says.
Right. Bevo's a good bloke.
Yep, but Jacob just wanted to highlight that. Will, does Jai Amos get dropped for not playing his role properly today? 10 touches is far too many for a bloke whose role is to not touch the ball. Wouldn't you agree, Rhino?
Like that.
Good, Will. That's very good.
Jeez, he was good. We tipped our hat to him yesterday.
Ryan. Rinny and Rhino currently having a few quiet ones at the Sporto and can confirm there is a very despondent-looking ex watching the Dockers piling on the pain against a lacklustre Dogs. No question, just sharing. P.S. Zave, I was the bloke whose misso just retrieved me from having an interest on the dish lickers to go parent one of my boys who was crying on the oval. Nabbed a first 4, though. $1.
There was a, it's funnily enough, there was quite a few people there yesterday, and I didn't even say hello to those guys. I said something to his wife or partner or whatever.
Yep.
And you saw her come over, and you knew she was looking for someone, and obviously the husband's in the
Having a bet.
TAB bit. She says, there's someone crying out on the oval or something like that. And off he went. Yeah. He should have popped in and had some
We're all
go,
the
yeah.
same,
good
aren't
man.
we? James, can whoever is sitting next to Big Canvas check to see if his Freo boner has deflated yet? I am not in the tent, but it was a
He
good
almost passed out from the blood rush.
Mitch, hey boys, love the pod and listen every week, which as a Richmond supporter can be difficult at times given we're shit and get bulleted or trashed every week. But I can cop that given where we're at. I can't cop last week though, not because we got bulleted again because we deserved it, but because 5 minutes later in the Eagles' turn, and what do we get? We get Ryan giving us 2 minutes of positives for the season. A team that had just gone 1-21 for the season and lost by 94 points gets 2 minutes of positives. The reasoning was because Ryan said he doesn't want to talk negatively about them all the time. The week before was the Adelaide game, so that was all positives. The week before they got smashed by Melbourne, and all we heard was how good Campbell Chester played. If Ryan ever claims he's not in the Eagles tent again, just play him last week's Eagles segment. They've just had one of the worst seasons of all time. Can we take off the rose-coloured glasses, please?
That's what I'm saying.
Yes.
I don't get what you're saying. It's 1 in 23. Was it 1 in 23? 1 in 22.
1 in 22.
Absolute dog shit, and it is historically as bad as it gets.
Yes.
And you guys are sitting there polishing
No,
it off
it's
again
been
yesterday.
worse.
I think it's just
It's
4
been
years.
worse.
I
I
can't
think-
talk shit for 4
I
years.
think Andrew McQualter's going to go old-fashioned. I think he's going to really, really tighten the reins over the off-season. I think the standards are going to go up, and I feel like they're in for a very, very tough pre-season. Like it or hate it, whether their football improves skill-wise, their attitude and their fitness will.
Jeez, bang.
Wowee.
I did have some positive
Sorry,
things.
Josh, I dropped an F by accident.
I did have some positive things about Richmond yesterday. I brought up the 4 guys. Who I
Yeah,
thought,
no,
Oh,
no,
you
no,
did,
we were
yes.
positive on the old Tigers.
you know, so
He
there
could
we
have
go.
Kiss came back?
Yes, and got subbed off, and everyone thought he'd hurt himself. But
Archie, who will win Wednesday night, and why is your answer Essendon? That's just
What did we give him?
what they have 7 out of
7%?
100. Yeah. Jimmy, voice message.
Hey there, boys. I have something that I often troll my Collingwood friends with. They don't like it, but I'm going to just throw it out here to see if there actually is grounds for it. I'm usually doing it to just take the piss, but is there a possibility that if Scott Pendlebury breaks the games record, that we should add an asterisk to it because the dude doesn't travel anywhere? Suck it.
I tell you what, I posted a tweet about that maybe a year ago saying,
Oh, yeah.
I think he was playing some milestone, and I said he's never been to, and I named like the 8 grounds he's never played at.
Didn't
Did
go well.
I get
Didn't
some
go well.
responses from Collingwood fans?
I'll
They get angry.
like
Ooh,
playing
I'm still getting him.
450 games where he's going to play.
Yep.
I think we do need to congratulate him regardless.
Absolutely.
Oh, yeah.
I love that Scott Pendlebury is going to have that record. I love Scott Pendlebury, but we cannot ignore the fact that the man has never had a travel load that has been more than just a couple of weeks here or there on it. It's been remarkable. Adam, was North's trade period last year one of the worst of all time. They traded pick 25 for Caleb Daniel, which hasn't worked. Then after finishing in the bottom 2 for the 5th year in a row, they decided to trade their future first, which ended up being pick 3 for pick 27, and are now without a first-round pick in this year's draft. West Coast trading pick 3 last year was bad, but at least they got Baker, Bo Allen, and the Hawks' first, second, and third-round picks in this year's draft and still had their own first-round pick. It is pretty bad.
It's pretty bad.
I mean, Whitlock has to be an all-Australian level player
You know what's the difference?
for that to be a good trade.
Also, his twin brother was like kicking 3 and stuff at Port Adelaide and doing all right. He's doing more than the North one.
He might be really good.
No, those kids, they'll take 5
Been plenty
years,
of time, yeah,
He's a
huge.
tall, lanky bloke. Caleb Daniel is the one. I don't see why they try and go through him. And opposition teams, they target him. He's tiny. He's not strong enough because of his height. He's aged.
He's got
He
2 more
kicks
years.
Kicks at 40 metres, and they get him doing kick-ins and stuff. That's
got
the
2
one
more.
for me that just surprises me.
Yeah.
Like, he's a nice contributor. He'd be better suited, in for example, someone like a Geelong where he could be player 22, and
Yeah.
if he gets 15 touches, he gets 15 touches. But his load's expected to be higher, and he can't kick it long.
Richard, what's the carton tab odds for the Gold Coast to do the most Gold Coast thing ever? You got some...
Oh, I'm not putting out 10 to 1 cartons, but it'd be something. It'd be 15 to 1 cartons.
Jesus.
All of
Digby,
a sudden, he's just really protective of the cartons.
No, but then 2 people get involved at 15s, and I'm 30 cartons down.
Digby. Dear Crepe Myrtle, commiserations. Not on your Hawks losing or the Eagles' historically poor season, but on the Fremantle Dockers breezing past the Dogs and securing their spot playing finals. Looks like your thinly veiled charade of joining Kit Kat in the purple tent will have to continue one more week.
Yeah, that's okay, to be honest with you. I'm happy to support Freo this week. I'm cheering for
Because they're
Freo.
not playing.
Correct. No, I wish Freo all the best. In the end, Sunday was a successful day for me personally anyway.
Because you did the whole hedging your bets thing.
Well, no, I didn't, but I got a little bit lucky on something. So,
Oh, a little
well,
multi,
jeez.
cheeky multi.
so I'll be okay this week.
It would annoy you, though, that Fremantle have actually achieved this feat of being a finals team, winning 16 games.
Home final.
Like you,
Oh, outstanding.
you do hate them.
I don't hate them at all.
Deep down.
I have good relationships with many of them.
Yeah, but that doesn't mean you don't hate them as a club. You might like some of the players.
So, like, I'm being serious.
Yeah.
Fremantle wouldn't be in the top 10 clubs I hate.
I think that says more about
Yeah.
you as a person.
Just a
No,
hater.
but like I don't have the inbuilt like
Who's number
born in
one?
WA.
Who's number 1? Melbourne.
Probably Geelong, Melbourne.
Geelong.
Well, just because they used to beat us all the time, like
Oh,
they were
okay.
relevant to me at the time.
Okay.
Melbourne, of course.
I reckon they're in the 10. Go
Oh,
on.
that'd be
Name your 10. Adelaide's not in there. Who cares? Port Adelaide's not in there.
Porter in there.
Porter,
yeah, they
okay, so
smashed
Port's
the
in the
shit out of
10.
us.
Gold Coast not in there. They're nothing.
No, irrelevant.
GWS not in there.
Yeah, yeah.
They're nothing.
Sydney are.
Sydney are in there.
Sydney
That's
beats in the
4.
final.
All right. Brisbane.
Nah,
No?
nothing.
No.
Good memories against
North
Brisbane.
Melbourne. Hate North Melbourne.
Oh, I cop a fair bit of shit from North.
I think you like
They're
North
in the
Melbourne.
list.
I like
Richmond.
North.
You hate Richmond, do you? I think Fremantle's in your
Essendon
10.
are in it.
Essendon,
Yeah.
that's 5.
Freo are in the
Did
10.
you put Geelong? Yeah, there's Freo
They
probably
put
in the
Geelong
10.
in. Freo's in the 6.
Nah, Freo. So there you go. Just like making finals, every second team sort of makes it, don't make it. Fremantle
hate
is sort
every
of
second
every
team.
second team.
Mick, Rhino, is Erasmus staying or going? He's progressing nicely. We talked a little bit about it
Did you?
yesterday.
Sorry, can you read that again?
Is Erasmus staying?
No, from the very top.
Mick, Rhino, is
from
Erasmus
Nick. Yeah,
staying?
no,
I thought you said Nick. I was like, what would Nick know whether
I'll tell
Erasmus
you
is
what, I
staying
got
or
the whole
not?
mail. Got the mail.
He's progressing nicely. Look, I think it depends on whether he's in the team.
They'll lift his offer.
Yeah, I don't know. Maybe yes. He's been looking good. I think his preference would always have been to stay, but you have to be in the team. And he's been so in and out, and then have injuries with Young, and then Fife said his thing, and then Johnson's been out. So the question for Erasmus will be, when everybody's healthy, am I playing? And if the answer is yes, then you stay.
Well,
But if the
Are you
answer
gonna
is maybe, then you go.
so forget that. So end of this season, you're thinking maybe Johnson might return?
I
the
think
final?
so. Absolutely. They love Matt Johnson.
So then does Erasmus fall down to sub and Fife doesn't
correct.
play?
Well, maybe. I don't know.
So you reckon there's a chance
I
Fife
think
doesn't
they-
play?
they
That's
don't
what I'm
offer another
saying.
team.
So Erasmus,
They can't drop Fife.
Correct. If Nat Fife's name was Nick Rinn, Erasmus would be sub.
It's going to be very hard. I mean, Johnson will come back. I'll be surprised if Johnson doesn't come
I'll
back.
be shocked if he comes
They
in.
like
for
Because
him.
here's the time of year, there's a couple of cafes down in Fremantle. Hang
Yeah,
out
get
there
in
in the
there.
morning, you can figure out some contract news.
Remember,
They talk
remember
very
last
loud.
year they got a bit fruity with some information that
They
really was sitting
did.
there.
Funny enough, the one guy out of the 4 of them who was complaining the most about not being in the team is still not in the team, and the rest of them are.
Who is it?
I'm not saying there are no names.
Let's play a game.
I missed this. What's happening?
Oh, last year I just sat down in a cafe and 4 of the fringe guys sat down next to me and started bitching about everything.
Oh, that's right. I
Yeah,
remember that.
yeah.
Yeah, I remember that. Yeah, well, when you're winning, it's easier.
Yeah.
Sean, boys, in an effort to make the comp more even, what if Interstate wins were worth 6 points? That way, Collingwood can have their 16 straight games in Victoria, but
Oh.
will limit their earnings. I haven't thought through any of the ramifications at all, but it could work out.
This is what we like.
I don't mind the idea of getting a bonus point for an away win if it's on the road. Yeah, of course you'd say that. You're a Victorian. Neville, question to the black T-shirts. Xavier will obviously favour the ORTC from Rundle Street Mall. Nick would shoot for the Street X from suburban Perth. Ryan's choice of Gazman certainly surprised me. I thought it'd be more of a
Rivers.
Cotton On, possibly Kmart or Target, basically.
He's a Rivers man.
Is there an influencer rising? Yeah, Gazman is definitely my go. They are great shirts. Don't get sponsored by them at all. You're wearing an ORTC jumper right now.
Uniqlo.
Oh,
done
you're in the black again.
I'm a Uniqlo.
We're all in the black again.
Yeah,
Uniqlo.
Uniqlo's a go.
And we all wore these yesterday too.
Yes.
So you're a Uniqlo.
I'm a Uniqlo, yeah, typically. Although the Ollie, I'm about to invest in some Ollie blanks.
Ollie do well, yeah.
Ollie's
And
got
you,
some good
where are
blanks.
you getting yours from?
Uniqlo, Country Road.
Country Road.
He's a lead-
All
or a Western
right.
Suburbs
Little
operator.
tier
here.
one.
Rod and Gun.
I need a T-shirt when
Ron,
head down to Country
I
Road.
was going to go to Country Road.
Country Road's an easy
Chinos.
place to shop at.
Is it? It must be
Yeah,
nice.
it is.
Just go to Claremont Quarter, you're in and out of there. You got,
Yeah. Just duck down to Claremont Quarter, head up to Country Road, buy yourself a couple of T-shirts.
I've wrestled Ryan once in my
Oh,
life,
you reckon you're ready to go again?
and there could be number 2 soon. And how did it go the first time, Rhino?
Oh, we need the season to end. No, you caught me off guard. You caught me off guard.
How quick to you tapped?
Yeah, pretty quick. James, sorry, my phone's ringing. James, you're pretty down on the Eagles. What are the top 3 things they should do this off-season?
Draft pick 1, draft pick 2.
Keep their draft picks, get the best talent available, wind back the clock in terms of standards that need to be set in footy clubs. So the 2K time trial, you need to hit your times. Your body composition, you need to be under it, or you're not training. Like, I think Minnie will get tough. I think he
Fat
will.
club.
You
Yeah,
know,
the old Jerry McGovern, too fat for Fat Club.
yeah, I think that they need to just really sharpen and have more people on performance contracts. All these young people are getting 3-4 years. Have them on one with high
Trigger.
match payments and incentives to, top 10 best and fairest. Play 20 games, you get another 2 years, like stuff like that. I don't know. I think wind it back.
Joel, seriously, why hasn't JL allowed us to play like this all year? Should be in prelims. The hate even comes.
Jesus, when they win.
And they win. They won 16
play what's
games.
in front of them.
Gareth, what's really going on with Harley? No, there's nothing really going on. Look,
That one's not for me?
It's a negotiation.
2 years.
No, they don't want me to answer that
It'd
one.
be 2 or 3. Yeah, it'd be 2 or 3, and it'd be it'll probably hit the $2 million mark. So it's just a matter of ticking some boxes and doing some things, and the agreement.
The handshake 9-year thing's not on the table anymore,
that's
right?
$2 million, and I know that people say I'd shut it down. I shut down the 11 years or whatever. That's outrageous.
Yeah, 2 mil, pay him 2 mil.
Yeah, but
You're not paying anyone.
he's going to get a lot of criticism because he's not going to be playing like a $2 million player.
He gets it anyway.
Aaron, can you please break this down for me? Obviously, it was the worst kept secret in the AFL on Thursday. Oscar goes on 94.5. It's not Triple M, which is where I usually listen, and he's talking about his contract situation. Then it comes out his exit meeting, which was on Friday, and he told the club that he's going to Brisbane. But fast forward to Saturday, after the game, and he's out there doing the on-field chat with the 2 captains. Why would he even be doing that on a Friday if he'd already told the club he was leaving? I love this club, but honestly, this whole thing is just a complete shit show.
Even when they put him up in front of the media when he got caught
the
with
old
Sam
hostage
Mitchell, that was
video.
a shit show, the hostage video.
Yeah.
That did not go well.
It has been a messy one.
Austin, Hawks confidence percentage, please. Big Pepsi. We did that.
18-ish.
18%. Dan, hey fellas, I'm a bit concerned about Gold Coast skipping past Hawthorn into 7th place on Wednesday. Surely it can't be good karma for Freo belting an expansion team in their first ever final. 22 years later, and the universe is still dishing out to the Bombers after they smoked Freo in 2003.
Oh, the karma bus is coming.
The curse.
The curse is coming. Be
Taylor.
gentle on the expansion
And then they
clubs.
did the old walk around and clap after losing the final.
Taylor, Lions
that was
deserve to be
horrible.
flagged favourites. No Neil, no worries. Future midfield looks good. Fair enough. Stefan, g'day fellas. Think we need to get Rhino back on the Kit Kat board. I'm worried about our man, especially after the worst kept secret of Oscar Allen being broken by Mr. Morris, Mr. Toomey.
Oh.
No, I did see that. Now, I can't.
That one doesn't count.
No, it
No, that's
doesn't.
not
We
a
went with that
break,
10
yeah.
weeks ago.
If I'd done that, you wouldn't have.
No, that's not a Kit Kat. I do get what you're saying, but we went with that. And someone did write that to me, actually, in my DMs. And I said, oh, look, to be honest with you, I'm not even going to hammer Rhino over that. He goes, oh, no, but I just love the opportunity to hang shit
Who
on
was
you.
that?
Just someone in the DMs, yeah.
Correct me if I'm wrong, but it seems like the journos all get the info around the same time because the tweets are usually seconds apart. So for the Harley Reed contract, if it happens, I don't want to see Rhino's classic tweet of Harley Reed of Tongala has signed with the West Coast Eagles after being drafted in
Yeah, too
2023.
many words.
Instead, just be first and go with a much more simple Harley 2 years done. I know you don't care about being first, but you need a Kit Kat and you need to do this
Yes,
podcast
there we
community
go.
proud. Love the pod, Stefan.
This
P.S.
is my
Why were you so salty about the Sheldrick contract? I'm not going to get into that.
This is my thing with Jay Clark about the Simon Goodwin thing. Jay Clark took an extra 10 to 15 seconds writing exclusive at the start of the tweet. Don't do that, mate.
So the person who got done the most was Tom Morris.
I tried to write a story.
He
on
tried
it.
to write an article to release on the story. So whilst he's writing a few paragraphs, Jay Clark dived in and went, well, I'll have it then, thank you.
I would think there's multiple things that can play out in this scenario. So one, you might see all the journos start tweeting one after the other. Often it's because someone breaks it and then other people just piggyback on it or make a call and go, is this true? And they say, yes, it's true. And then they can go with it. And that can happen pretty quickly once it's out. The other thing that can happen is, it can just be that everybody finds out at the same time. It's the quickest one to tweet.
Well, no,
it.
I think Tom Morris thought he had it solely.
Yeah.
And that's why he wanted to
took
put
the time.
he wrote an article.
Yeah.
But it didn't get out in
Yeah,
time.
well, you would know. You and Tom talk quite often.
No, it was on...
You got to dictate to someone.
Catch
someone
up.
else to write the article.
You don't have to do that either.
Do the
Harley
tweet.
Reed, 3 years, times $2 million. Done.
So
Have you got that drafted up out of
I have
interest?
some drafts.
Do you?
I have some drafts.
you?
Yeah. I always have a few, but they're risky.
Do you really?
It's risky having drafts because you write them and then you're like, don't accidentally hit post.
Oh,
Yeah,
yeah.
the old Riley O'Brien.
It's very nerve wracking. And then
Nick
like,
Nat,
sometimes you
you're
have to
slow.
go in and
Run him
edit
off
them,
his feet.
edit them and change them a little bit.
Yeah.
And go, but no, there's
Do you reckon West Coast are that crosstown rival Big Brother Freo that they're going to release the Harley Reed news on the day of the Fremantle
Freo's
final?
Maybe. Where are we now? Andrew, why does Bevo get a free pass? That's fair.
Well,
if
no.
that were Longmuir, he'd be under far more heat than Bevo.
Yeah, no, but you need to say what you've said about the other team all year.
Which one?
What do you say about Freo? How many wins did Western Bulldogs have?
14.
14 win team. Any other year they would have been top 8.
Yeah, 14. Someone's missed with 14 once, I think, haven't they? Or is it
Bevo
never?
does cop it a bit through the year. Throughout every season, he cops it at different times. It's
He
just
re-signed,
his job's never really in
14
doubt.
and 9 is a pretty good season.
Yeah.
Although it's just when you look back and see who they've beaten, it doesn't look great.
No, and I think because he also re-signed midway through the year, it takes a bit of
James Brown, g'day guys. I was thinking about the discussion on gather round set up from last week's show. I would think the easiest way to sort out the 19th team would be for one team to have to play Adelaide or Port the following week, with it being a bonus game, home game for them. The way it is still in South Australia, and the home team will have a bit of a break instead of playing 2 games in a few days. I don't like the idea of giving Port and Adelaide another
an extra advantage.
I did think about this, and I was like, well, you just start gather round on the Wednesday and keep it going until the Monday. So you have a game on the Wednesday, a game on the Thursday. So the Monday game is between one of the Wednesday and one of the Thursday teams.
It has to be an Adelaide game or something, does it?
Doesn't have to be.
Yeah, but Monday, end of the gather round, not many are going to go to that.
So let's say Adelaide play Gold Coast on the Wednesday, and Port Adelaide play Geelong. Then you play Gold Coast Geelong on the Monday. No, sorry.
So 19th.
Sorry. You played Gold Coast versus Tasmania.
Not many going to that, are
Yeah,
they?
no. Maybe it has to be a different game. Pastor Mark, I don't know if it was luck, but it feels lucky that we got Murphy Reed. No one talking about the other Reed anymore. I think that everyone talks about both the Reeds, Pastor Mark. But yes, you should be very happy with your man. Ben, hey lads, interested to know who you guys think would be the best list manager out of the three of you. X would have delisted Dan Curtin and Ruben Ginbey after 12 months, claiming they're not at the level. Rhino would trade for anyone who has ever had the slightest affiliation to Freo and probably break the trade himself on Twitter to earn what is a well overdue Kit Kat. And Rinny, there'd be some serious questions surrounding how heavily you use the green stuff when the footy world sees that you've given Cam Rayner $18 million over 2 years with a 6-year trigger if he passes a vibe check. Cheers, lads. Love the pod.
I'd love to get into list management one day.
That'd be great. That'd be really exciting. We should do it as a team.
No, I'm half interested in following something up about that.
Really?
Oh, really?
No, I am.
Let's do it as a ticket.
No, you're not coming.
We're all in.
No, really
We'll
sorry,
get you there
mate.
for something else.
Mate, I'll get all the Ocean Mullins.
Hey,
everyone.
actually, why do you seem like a normal operator in the other podcast you do, the Western
He does,
Australia
doesn't
footy
he?
one?
Yeah.
Do I? What's it called?
It depends what
7-point play.
part of the week.
7-point play. You seem
You should
like
get on jumper punches too.
yeah, you
on Substack.
now
newsletter.
you're proving my point.
All right, we had a really long conspiracy theory to get to soon.
I've happily slid into my role here.
Yeah, like you're baked all the time, and then I see you on the other one, and you're firing.
Well, I also have to I'm the host of that thing fully. I need to carry it and keep it upbeat.
Frank, got 2 off-topic ones this week. Who would Xavier go in for in a Hawks v Eagles granny? He may have answered this 100 times.
Who would I go
If they're
for?
playing each other,
May the best team win.
you're happy either way. Imagine the chats you could do at the talk shows that week. You
Yeah,
could-
well, the
I
cashies.
don't do that stuff.
Cashies. You
I don't do that stuff.
Nah, just a couple every now and then. And the second one, can we set up a hardball gets AFL fantasy league next year? Can just be an open league or a potential for a high-quality 18-team head-to-head league. Prizes in the leagues would be fun as well. Could be just some Dan Murphy vouchers, given Big Pepsi has 100 already.
We could do a
we could
fantasy
do-
league.
We could do it. Maybe we do it through a different platform. Maybe a platform with 2 M's.
Oh, yes.
Yeah.
Yes, Mirror's Magic.
Scarpsy, voice message.
Boys, the wife and I are looking to spend New Year's in Perth. If you can give us a bit of direction, what to do, where to stay, go to the river, how many days, etc. I think we'll be there for about 6 days, 6 or 7 days. Thank you.
Is this a genuine query?
Okay.
So New Year's Eve, so 6 days. I reckon you try and get over to Roto for a day. Ferry.
You
Yeah,
hate
you gotta
Roto.
do a Roto.
Why are you sending
Yeah, you
people there?
hate-
Ferry.
Don't stay.
Okay.
Ferry.
Ferry for a
If
day.
you stay overnight, just your budget gone.
I'm thinking actually, in all seriousness, we'll get back to that. I'm meant to go camping on a camping trip soon for one night. And we're thinking Roto. And I was like, mate, I'm not doing a tent. So one of those eco joints is like $700 a night.
It's super expensive, and there's they're hot too. You're gonna do
That's not camping.
And there's a pool.
That's
in there.
camping.
You get
That's
a pool.
not
You
camping.
get access to the pool.
Yeah, that's well. There's a
That's
beach
not
there as well, but yeah,
camping.
It's not camping.
you get access to the pub.
If you don't put the tent up yourself, it's not camping.
No.
That's
That's
the line.
camping.
Great spot.
That does count.
I love camping
It's
at
not
the
camping.
Margaret River, like the Preveley Caravan Park when the Margaret River Pro's on. You just wander up the hill, watch a bit of surfing, come back down, get a few beers at the bottle shop's right there.
A couple of longs.
Sit down with a few books.
I'll have a think
What
about
else are you
Perth
doing?
New Year's.
Maybe head down to Margs for a night.
Yeah,
That'd be nice.
yeah, head
Couple of
down.
nights.
Travelling,
You need a
though.
couple of nights in Margaret. Yeah, you might, a lot of it, busy time of year.
Maybe just go Swan Valley then. A couple of wineries out there.
Yeah.
Or
So
just stay in
easier.
Cot, stay near Cot, go down to the beach.
Cot's overrated.
Yeah, I
Yeah,
tend to
Cot's overrated.
So
I
highly
tend to
overrated.
agree, yeah.
I did this on air the other day and got smashed. It's overrated. Beach to the left, beach to the right, equally the same and less flogging.
Stay in Freo. There's a lot to do in Freo.
There is a bit to do in Freo. Actually,
Maybe North Freo.
Do you know what you can do? If you like being a pub crawl in Freo is good.
Oh,
like
yeah.
there's a few good bars you can hit in Freo.
Yeah.
Good pubs during the day.
Once a year I give
do it
Freo a
during the
nudge.
day. Get out at night.
Freo's good.
Don't be in
Shipwreck
there.
Museum.
Don't be there at night. Yeah, there's a couple of things you can do down there.
Yeah.
We'll do a little itinerary for him. Okay, Harry, question for Ryan. Are father-son picks still allowed if the kid is adopted? Yes, I believe so.
Yes.
If so, why haven't club legends started adopting 16 to
I think we've brought this
17-year-old
up
future
before,
top
haven't
10
we?
picks?
Yeah.
Forget the long-term dating pathways to produce talented offspring. The adoption pathway could set your club up for the next decade with one simple transfer of parental guardianship.
Yeah.
This would work best if the draftee is adopted by a legend from the club that he supports. Imagine Scott Pendlebury adopting a Collingwood-supporting 17-year-old AFL phenom, win for the club, and the kid would be starstruck.
Parents
Couple
would
of
be
questions
stoked.
associated
Yeah.
with this. Which current or past player or club would be most likely to adopt this adoption approach? Unfortunately, Zave didn't play 100 games for the Hawks. Otherwise, Ted and Albie could have had a few older brothers to kick the footy with.
St Kilda. St Kilda seem the...
Yeah, they're pissed about it.
St Kilda are the bitterest, yeah.
Yeah, and secondly, if this program was partly bankrolled by the football club, would it fall inside the soft cap?
IVF.
I reckon the AFL would put a stop to it immediately. So if the kid's adopted when he's born,
I have a funny feeling that the adoptants, the agency or whoever does that would probably say no too.
yeah,
Is this the
I think
blind
it's hard.
side?
I think it's hard to adopt people.
at 16.
This has
And I
actually
think
happened
in general
though,
it's
hasn't
hard.
it? Didn't this happen? This happened in the States. It did the blind side. That movie with Sandra Bullock, based on a true story.
yeah.
But they adopted this kid and then played for their
Yeah,
football team.
but they weren't
university
waiting.
football
They
team.
weren't. He wasn't running through the AIS programs and highly touted
No,
for the one
no,
draft
that's true.
pick, and then they go, well, let's farm this one out.
It's got Willem Dersma. He's changed his last name to McGovern.
Yeah, we're Willem Judd.
No, because then he's got the Carlton.
Yeah, you can see,
It's a
yeah.
choice then. Okay, Peter, what's the ruling for players in the protective space if their opponent is there? Also, I've seen multiple players told to get out when they have been within 2 metres of their opponent.
That rule's
Depends
gone
if,
to hell.
if there's an opposition player, you can follow around and pretend that you're not doing it. And I hate that rule. We've got 2 conspiracies. Is that right, Josh? They're both long. All right.
Yeah, how long are these, Rhino? You know, I tune out. I'm like, right, no, Rinny, put your phone down.
Okay, no, we'll lock
no
it in.
phone for Rinny.
Okay, go. This is glandular fever. There's been a game of chess going on in the AFL while everyone else is watching and playing checkers, and presumably some football, I suppose. A microscope is on the Eagles and their list management. Every move scrutinised. Already feeling the heat for even considering paying Harley his bag. Meanwhile, some of their contract decisions have raised some eyebrows. If you actually take a step back from the eyepiece and flip the objective lens to your third eye, you will see they are all linked. Elliot Yeo finally plays 10 games in a row for the first time in 3 years. Give him a 3-year contract. An altruistic decision from the club. Tim Kelly publicly says he's lost his love of the game. Out of form. 2-year contract. Benevolence on paper. Matt Owies being delisted. Rather than rookie draft him on a 1-year, include him in a trade for draft capital and hand out a 3-year deal. That's compassion. Then the whole Baker trade fiasco was just magnanimous from Clark and the boys. How would you describe all these acts? They're all synonymous of being charitable. And what organisations are charitable? Charities. And what do charities get? Tax breaks. The West Coast Eagles have actually listed themselves as a charity to claim the tax benefits on their salary cap. This gives them so much extra room to pay Harley so long as they keep up these charitable acts or even donations to include beneficiaries like Hutchinson for 4 years and Duggan to 2028.
4 years for
Don
Duggan.
has his racket in full swing. I'll have to lay low after blowing the whistle or I'm hearing the blue and gold concrete boots at the bottom of the Swan.
That's one
Who's
of the
that
best
from?
we've had, I think.
That's Blanchula fever.
I'm on your Blandy.
Okay, here's Midge. Xavier Ellis is secretly, or maybe not so secretly, a very bad man, perhaps a criminal, and maybe even involved in the mafia. I've been listening to the pod over the last few years. I'm currently studying a law degree, and certain things are starting to add up towards Big Pepsi's criminal ways. And after last week's pod, it all became clear. It began as a teenager, saying Something as simple as a toothpick being a part of his fast food order and receiving free meal vouchers for years. One may argue he planted this toothpick in order to cheat the system and receive free meals for life, but that's irrelevant in this instance. How did he manage to sue? His dad told him to not involve lawyers, yet Zave was adamant to press charges. He knew that he had good lawyers ready to fight. What teenager has the resources to invest in lawyers to press charges? Much less have lawyers believe that a delinquent from Melbourne Grammar wasn't falsifying claims. I think only lawyers with close connections to serious higher uppers with serious criminal connections. How he made these relationships, I'm yet to prove, but I know that they exist and have for quite some time. The eyebrow piercing, we all know that had zero effect on the women, much less his looks. But I would argue it was definitely initiation to prove his worth to the mafia, to file your body, embarrass yourself, and prove that you will do what it takes to be part of our criminal organisation. Now, in recent episodes, Xavier has actually admitted to multiple crimes, all of which deserve criminal sanctions, such as public masturbation and the most brutal of all, the murder of a sausage dog. Under the Animal Welfare Act 2002, it is a criminal offence to unlawfully kill a dog with a penalty of either $5,000 or 12 months imprisonment. The specific offence in this instance being under Section 4D, inciting an animal to fight. While Xavier cleverly disguised his criminal actions in a Triple M event, this race between an ex-AFL player and a poor old sausage dog was clearly to cause pain, this inciting a fight being a race to release his anger of perhaps eating a few too many sausages in a bun in his time, caused the death of a poor old sausage dog. How is he not facing the 12 months in prison at the moment? It's a disgrace, I tell you. And finally, after 20-odd years, Xavier has started to prove his value to the mafia through the illegal selling of alcohol. Xavier was being punished by the mafia. He wasn't bringing enough to the table. For 24 weeks of this AFL season, Xavier has rigged the AFL market, incentivising teams and pressuring them within the power of the mafia to win or lose, or for a certain player to reach their disposals in order for him to obtain hundreds of cartons of beer. These cartons are worth approximately $50 each, and every cent is going straight back to the mafia. No man can drink that much beer for himself. And who else is he giving them to? No one other than those criminals he has infatuated himself with. For years, Paul Rinnie has been used as the perfect cover, the pot smoker, the small-time criminal, always shunning his criminal acts of smoking a joint onto him. So all of us viewers are distracted of Xavier's true crimes and nature, but I see it through it. Poor Nick Wren. The host of Triple M Perth is secretly a criminal, covering up his crimes of brutally killing dogs, pulling his genitals out and masturbating in public, planting toothpicks in his food for free meals and illegally distributing his alcohol in his backyard. The perfect cover-up, the funny ex-footy player who gets to blab on the radio, secretly involved with the mafia. Starting to think the M in Triple M stands for mafia. I'm on to you, Zave. Cheers, Mitch. My throat is sore. That was so long.
That was
Mitch
good.
spent some time on that, though.
Yeah, we like it. That
Thank
must
you,
be the
Mitch.
two best we've had
And
in a long time.
I did not publicly masturbate.
Sounds like you did.
I gave it a couple of rubs, and that was it.
At what point, how many rubs does it then become masturbation?
Well, I got to about 37.
What's
Anything
the
after
cutoff?
3, I reckon.
Yeah.
This episode is brought to you by the Woodside Energy.
Hang on, sorry. Stop. I can't go from that into Woodside. That's not getting there. So, all right, boys, have a great weekend. Lovely. See you on Thursday. How good's that? All right, now, Rhino, go.
Okay, this episode is brought to you by Woodside Energy, a proud major sponsor of the Fremantle Football Club, supporting local footy from grassroots to greatness.